Well, hello. How y'all doing? Good.
Great. How are you?
Yes. Good. Doing pretty good. This is the second part of the reunion. So this is our last show for Real Housewives of Atlanta. We'll have to see. I don't know. Do you watch Married to Medicine, Erica?
No, but I do watch the Salt Lake City Housewives.
Oh, I don't watch that one. You watch that one, Jermaine?
The drama.
Oh,
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Well, I saw the first two seasons and a little bit of the third. I'm going to commit to myself to finish watching the third season and then
Didn't the
catch
first
up.
one just start? I mean, the
So,
second one.
the
I mean,
fourth season.
oh, it's the fourth. Look, I was about to go all the way up. Jeez.
I don't know. For some reason, I never got into like really other than Potomac and Atlanta. I used to watch New Jersey a little bit, but the other ones I haven't gotten into. But.
The Jen Shaw of it all.
The Jen Shaw of it all.
And I have no idea what y'all talking about. So
he went to jail.
Oh, an actual person?
Yes, one of the housewives.
Because usually it's like it'll be a husband or something, like Apollo. But
except old girl from New Jersey, she went to jail too.
Which one? Oh, that's right. She did. Judice, she sure did. I forgot her and her husband. Got the point. Did he get the anyway? Yeah, I think, and that's why I was like, do they let us do that? But they let them like not overlap, but kind of go at different times for the sake of the kids. I like our kids being foster.
Yeah, I think mine will be in foster care, but okay.
But anyway, we're here for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Erica, if you're interested, I think Married to Medicine will be worth a watch. Phaedra's going to be on this season. So,
even though I did love that fake Southern Belle.
So we'll see. But it's not till November. So we got a little bit. It's going to overlap with Potomac, I think, some kind of way. But anyway, this was the reunion part 2. And so, of course, they ended it with Courtney and Drew going back and forth about all this stuff. And so they kind of picked it up where they left off. And Courtney just going in for Rav, her cousin.
I don't even know if that is her cousin, to be honest.
That's what it's not her cousin.
When she going hard, y'all playing this cousin stuff kind of hard for me.
Right. I'm just like, wait a minute. And then what was it? Her daddy, sister, auntie, brother, third removed. I'm like, y'all figured all that out?
So far removed that y'all could be what? Say it with me. Having sex.
Getting it in.
Y'all babies ain't gonna be goddamn. See, I ain't got time. And then someone's married to somebody. That ain't your cousin.
Right. No blood.
Look, I'm already on mute. I can say whatever I want to say.
So she believed Drew had the affair, and Drew kept going back and forth with her about, basically he's been coaching her the whole season, and she just met him yesterday, which she has. And so she was just like, she went off about like, what you gonna do is keep my son name out your mouth, don't you ever. And she was like, I didn't say anything about your son. And everybody was like, yes, you did.
She be lying. And I don't know how she watched the playback and said she didn't say anything about it.
But then she flipped it and was like, I love your kids. You're great. I'm just like,
no, you know what she tried to do. Specifically, she didn't talk bad about your child. No, but you brought her child up in the circumstance that you brought him up in, we're tacky as hell.
Right.
You don't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking be in this little lesbian relationship. Her son gonna hear that one day.
Yeah.
If he didn't hear it today.
Lord. So yeah, I'm just like, Courtney is a mess. But I guess Drew did admit to going to visit Ty and go to a game in Texas. So do y'all think her and Ty had an actual relationship? What y'all think?
I think these blogs be right. I didn't even know Mimi and her weren't dating anymore until Mimi said something.
Oh, see, and I didn't know Mimi. I'm so far removed from the hip hop.
Or Faust, however you want to pronounce it.
Yes, I haven't watched it since she was with Stevie J, so that's how long I've been out of that.
She made herself lame when she did that.
She did what?
Made herself lame when she did all this stuff. See Stevie J, and then she got with that dude and did that sex tape.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, You got wrapped up in the fame, sis. You
all
did.
in the shower of it. Yeah.
Doing too
So
much to try to prove she's still relevant.
yeah, and I totally missed that she was gay and Ty. So I didn't know who Ty was like until they started saying who she was. And so part of me feels like Drew definitely had a crush on her. They may have done some flirty texts back and forth, but I don't think Drew took it to a sexual level. That's kind of where I'm landing on it.
You don't think she a little older, baby?
She wouldn't mind, but I don't think they actually did anything. Your eyes are saying you think they did, Jermaine. Oh, go ahead. I'll let you say.
A little busted.
He and me and you. Okay. Well, let me say this and then
Plies, busted, baby. Is he agreeing with me?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
Oh, you think she's got a little plies in her?
So what I thought was interesting was that so remember when Drew said that she met her on set, and so I thought she was on set with her best friend who was in the movie, and that's how they just kind of met. But everybody seemed to have said that she kind of mentioned that was her crush, and the makeup artist knew her and was like, oh, okay, and then invited her to the set, and that's how she met her. So it was kind of like she didn't come for her best friend. She came because Drew had a crush on her.
Really?
Everybody was being messy. Everybody was being messy.
Man, what? I think so too.
I bet Todd in the background producing. He was producing the movie and
right.
They sitting over there like this, getting the angles, and they're acting like they ain't had nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know. I just feel like we know, like how people set you up.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is make reference to thinking somebody cute, and then all of a sudden they materialize. It'd be like, y'all play too much. Who did that? Who sent them? Who sent them? Who sent you? That was called the Le Test, and you fell right into it.
Right into it, because she sure didn't send her back. She was like, okay, you can stay. You can come to my husband's birthday party.
Stir it in a pot. Reeled it in.
Oh gosh. And so, Andy, oh messy self, he was just like, well, Sheree and Marlo, what do y'all think about this? So Marlo, she gonna
stay. Like,
right. Sheree, of course, was like, well, I didn't really want to get into it, but somebody just happened to drop this package off with these private messages, and they're she didn't say they're incriminating, but she brought them out. And I'm like, I didn't get to see how deep these couches were, but the way they pulling out fruit and mail and all this kind of stuff, I'm like, what kind of secret compartments they got back there?
They had Drew out here looking goofy as hell.
Oh my God.
Between the weight candy, are we good? No, you lying ass broad still up here trying not to claim Ty as one of your boos. Like, but she is in the middle of a divorce, so I guess deny.
Right. She like until
I'm tell all later on in her life, and I'm gonna want to see that memoir. Because you know she got some truth and some fiction gonna be coming all up every which way, and then somebody else gonna pop out and be like, "This what really happened." I want her to write a memoir.
Yeah, and the truth is somewhere intermingled in there. But Andy thought the texts were incriminating, and I think Kenya was looking through it, and she was just like, well, this don't look that bad. And they were like, what about that part? And they was like, and then I think even Candy was like, will we text each other like that? like, So she was like, well, I see Ralph beat the IRS.
Kenya was trying to be a good friend. I feel like she's on her best behavior with Drew, because her and Drew used to be beefed out.
That's
and honestly, she's real. You could tell she was just like, I am on her side. I think that she was okay with completely being on Drew's side, because you could clearly see who the clique is.
Oh, clearly.
Tanya, Marlo, and Sheree. The only thing that I got frustrated with Candy about was, don't get sucked back into this Drew called you a liar thing. you know she in the middle of a divorce, and she probably wasn't thinking about it at the time. And I
Mhm.
think that's probably why Drew was like, "Are we good?" I bet money they already have talked about this and gone back and forth about this and around in circles about this. And she probably done told her before, like, "Don't get out there, show your ass," and calling me out my name like I'm lying.
So I do believe that you're telling the truth, and the reason I know that what you're saying has to be the case. I'm sorry, I'm still eating my food.
Oh, it's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
But Candy went on her speak on it, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
know that the reunion had already taped.
Mm.
So the two of them are cool as of speak on it, which was after the reunion.
Reunion.
So they're good.
Okay, because I'm like, I know y'all not gonna continue to film with these women and not have each other back because clearly they got each other back and it is obvious. And I'm not
Very.
making all this stand you for making a decision. I just want her to stop straddling the fence. I'm all y'all friend. No Sanya. No, 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 no.
Mm-mm.
Yes, you did tell old girl she was wrong. But you jump in, and I love how Candy told Sanya, "Why are we arguing about Marlo?" That's what I don't
Right.
like in our friendship. Like we shouldn't be arguing about nobody else because I don't have no problem with you. Stop
Especially
jumping
her.
up on this bitch. Like if I'm getting off, stand down because this has been seasons upon seasons of this woman picking at me, and now that I choose to be ugly, let people feel how they want to feel. And
Okay.
I feel her on that. If you have taken somebody calling you all kind of names, always throwing your mama in your stuff, always talking about like just always using you and trying
Yeah.
to wiggle their way into a situation and be like, "See Candy," and Sheree do it too.
I mean,
Sheree
she
was,
had the whole newsletter. Was anybody else in the newsletter other than Candy? It was
that's what
all
I'm
about
saying.
Candy.
I hate to sound like Regina George, but oh my God, she's so obsessed with her. Is she not? Like, is this not obsession?
Very, very. And it's like they wanna be her, but they can't, so they just hate on her. It's like,
Yes. And that's the only reason why I like her because I'm noticing she's getting trolled all the time. It's different to get trolled online. It's totally different to get trolled with people you working with every day who always
mhm.
trying to say, see, see, see. It's like, what the hell? People are only saying that she act like she ain't got time to be on the show. Well, they ain't. I might be stretching it. But part of the reason people are saying that she don't have time to be on the show is because they always constantly brought it up. Seemed like she ain't got time to film with us. And then Sheree saying that she wasn't even gonna come to her birthday if she would have invited her.
Yeah.
She did. She
Remember?
did. And just to add on to what you were just saying, like evidence of what you're saying, this past season, I swear I've seen Candy on these episodes, or this season, more than I saw her on last season's episode. And there was one season where Candy was only on half of the season.
Mm.
So yeah. So on this particular season, we've seen more of Candy than we saw definitely last season.
Hmm.
And I think this might have been on the speak on it, but she was just like, they knew my tour schedule. Like they know that I'm not available these dates and they book them anyway. So, but yeah, I did see her quite a bit actually. So, but anyway, so they break for lunch, and during lunch, Marlo and Sheree get to kick about how Candy's so mad, she just so mad. And of course they pull out the she news and point out the different dresses that are a certain price on Shein or whatever the price, wherever she got them from, and how much they are in hers and tags. And she was like, I'm only doing this because Candy talks about me every week. The
Oh,
thing I think about
that
Candy,
tag is still open.
I thought tags was still open because seemed like Candy, one of her speak on it, she wore the dress.
But
So
then
she was like, since everybody talking about this dress, I decided to wear it.
I
So I
just
think
think that means her businesses are still thriving, and yet you can't get a funky ass website to stay up with your long paper habit ass. Every time I turn around, you wearing Gucci.
that's what I'm trying to
Gucci got
figure
it.
out because Sheree don't pay her bills, but
She
Gucci
written
got
it from the archive. She written it from the
really,
archive.
okay.
really. She renting something. It might be the runway
Oh
because
my
the
God.
archive her feet too big for Sheree little bitty self. You can't fit them stilettos.
Right. Oh my God. You got the size there. So one thing I will say, Candy, I'm trying to remember, but I never remember her like just going after somebody just because. It's like always in retaliation, like
Did y'all see
defending
the last
herself or
thing she
something like
posted?
that. No. What'd she say?
You didn't see the reenactment she did of Sheree online?
And she's usually so good at those. Oh, I bet it was
Oh,
good. Oh, I have to go see it. Jermaine's
She
gonna find it.
Y'all
reenacted,
keep talking. I'm fine it.
He's gonna
okay,
find it. He's gonna find it.
she reenacted how the chicken bone man or the bone man told her she was gonna be alone for the rest of her life, and how Tyrone left her sitting at that table by herself. And how it was true. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get married again." Then they say years later, they show her sitting at the table by herself. You gonna just you not coming? Well, this don't make no sense.
See, and Candy, she got all the editing people and production and stuff. So
It's
don't mess
hilarious.
with her, Sheree.
And
You not
people were
ready.
like, "She wrong for that. She gonna see. God
And
don't like
then
ugly.
after the
Well, he must not like Sheree ugly ass at all. Then, because she stay being ugly, and you know Sheree bad, but you know what I'm saying? Because she stay
yes.
ugly. With what this girl doing ain't funny,
Oh
and
my
she's
God.
gonna go to hell. And so Sheree gonna join her with gasoline draws on.
Oh my gosh. So we'll see what he pulls up. But meanwhile, Courtney goes to see Ralph while he getting his beard sprayed on. Did y'all see them spraying his beard on? Oh, here it is. Is this it? Okay, okay.
I know.
You're not going to get married.
Why?
She's old.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. I am a Sangoma. Yeah, Sangoma is a herbalist.
Are you like a medicine healer person?
Yeah, there is a medicine. You can smell it. Smell your ancestors.
It's not looking like Peter.
I can throw my
Are
body.
yours on double time?
What is your
It
problem?
look like it.
Let me tell you what is going to say.
I usually watch mine on double time too.
You want me to look for you?
Will she find love? She's divorced. Will she get rich? Will she find love?
We are not going to get married.
Why?
She's old now. We are old. You must stay now. You mustn't marry again.
Stay where?
In your house.
Single. She must stay single. I believe I'll get married again.
But my bones tell me that you're not going to get married.
I hate to start drinking without you, Tyrone, but you're taking too long. I don't know if that means she's on the phone. What does it mean when you call someone, it ring and then it go busy?
Oh no.
I gotta call somebody, tell them this bullshit.
I didn't even know you could do that. Thanks, Jermaine, for maximizing this experience.
Yeah.
You see that bullshit? Yeah. Yeah. Stay out there. Stay out there.
Don't play with her.
Okay. Find you some business for somebody to play with. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Y'all
Oh, that was so good. Because it's like so spot on. They be spot on. Oh my
It'd
God.
be like, yeah, you looking like that did happen though.
Yeah. Oh, put that in the next edition of She News.
Michelle, you are a hashtag waiting to happen. That is hashtag put that in She News.
Okay.
I appreciate you for that.
Oh my God.
I will share this video hashtag put that in She News. I want her to find this and let her know we are all laughing.
Okay.
Leave her alone, please.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Ooh. And to me, like, oh God, post Sonya, because Marlo is gonna be her friend too much longer. And
Oh no.
yeah, and Sheree, who knows if she's gonna be on the season, you know? Oh my gosh. So we'll see.
She gonna be embarrassed again, and then she ain't gonna want to come back. They got to pay you to come back. Nah, you got to go pay your bills, then come back, sure.
Right. She talking about I've come less times than I've been asked. And I'm like, okay, girl. But anyway, so they're on lunch.
Yeah, well, the way that she tied with that coin purse, she alive.
Oh, I'm like, okay. But they're on lunch. Courtney goes to visit Ralph. And she was just like, oh my gosh, are you ready? And she gives him this hug. I don't know, just the way she look at him, it's just not cousin-like at all. But as she's there, Allison passes by. I'm like, don't close this door on me. That's what should have been out there, Allison. Then we might have had a part 3 of this reunion because Allison would not have let
that bitch up. She'd have turned that bitch up.
Yeah, all the way up.
Like sisters that like that, that'd be like, you can play with that one. You can't play with me, little girl. Did you see the interview where Courtney was talking about how Kenya was laughing at her, the faces she make when she trying to get bucked? Girl, Courtney all over the podcast explaining how her face got rearranged with plastic surgery and how you're really just making fun of a person who has who's had trauma to their body.
Oh, is that what's wrong with her mouth? That's what's wrong with her mouth?
Yeah.
Or her nose?
Mm-hmm.
Just all of the above.
I just feel like if you got shit wrong, let's say Kenya was like, oh.
And I didn't see the whole thing, but on the part I saw of her,
I don't have a problem with anybody doing that. I'm just thinking you should be a little bit more humble if that's the case.
Right.
Because, baby, let me tell you, I got some isms, and I need to be kind as I can be if I don't want to hear nobody say nothing. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God, because she beat him below the belt. Because even like, remember when Kenya fell and she was like, "Well, that's karma," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like who?" I don't know. Yeah, it's something evil about her. So anyway, they come back from lunch and they go through congratulating Candy on her 10 years of bedroom candy. And Sheree asked her, like, what's the freakiest thing she's done? I'm like, okay, Sheree. And she was like, I don't know. I think what she ended up saying, like a foursome or something. I think that was her freakiest thing.
Who, Candy?
Yeah, that's what she was like.
Yeah, I think she said, and they were all participating.
Oh, because she said an orgy. I think somebody said an orgy, and she said what?
No, yeah, and she said what's and it was 4 or more.
And she was like, "Well, 4."
Well, 4 more.
Like, yeah.
I said, yeah.
So this is my question: in order for it to be so, if it's 4 or more, does either one does at least one person from a couple interact with another couple, or it's just going on at the same time?
I think it's just going on at the same time. That was my interpretation.
Hold on just a second. I have to
figure out if you've been involved in one. You know?
Yeah. I need a clarification.
So what you're saying is we need to, when we get off the line, we're going to have a conversation.
I was in my 20s.
You got wild thing, just a little bit.
I was doing, I feel like I did a little too much back in the day.
You said you did the most?
Yeah.
But I was living. I don't know what I was doing.
Oh, but I enjoyed it.
What did I miss? I had to go answer the door.
You'll catch it on rewatch.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it on rewatch. It sounds like a.
You know what? You got some good ears. I don't think you want to hear this anyway.
Okay.
This ain't for the saints. This is for the sinners. Sinners only.
Don't let her fool you. Don't let her fool you.
Don't let her fool you.
That is a married woman. As am I.
That's okay. My gosh. That's okay. We all have a past. So what we talking about?
Okay.
I lost track.
My husband come in. Anyway.
She is a saint. She's a
You said she's not a saint?
Yeah,
he said I am.
She is a saint. She is
I
such a precious.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not vouch for her.
Give me kiss.
All right, baby.
All right.
He like, why you verify his wife?
He testified. There you go. Testify.
He just happened to walk. Anyway, Sonya, look, we're gonna bring it all the way down. So anyway, Sonya talks about her miscarriage whole thing. She kind of talked about. We saw it at the end of the show, but
she had
it's not funny. Yes, that was it. It was sad, but she's pregnant now. Baby due around Christmas. And so, but she said she was disappointed that Kenya did not reach out. So when she shared the story with everybody, she just started saying like people were sending meals. Marla was there like over the top and Candy did this or whatever. And she was like, in Kenya, I didn't hear from you at all. And she was like, I did call you, but you didn't answer or whatever. And I believe Kenya did call, because it seems like throughout the seasons, even if you remember when she had called Drew when she found out about the divorce, and it seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like Kenya always would check on people. I'm not saying she gonna be over the top at your house every day. Well, yeah, everybody with her.
Everybody with Marlo. She
And
consistent.
so, yeah. So I don't know. I think she did try to call her. She may not have like kept calling her because, and I don't know, like when stuff like that happens, if you're not really close to the person, you may not want to like, okay, I don't know what they're going through. I don't know like them. Just some people. Yeah.
I know that I can come off mad and sensitive, but if I feel like I'm not one of those people in someone's life to go to, I back off.
Yeah.
I think you're just talking to your go-tos and your A1 day ones.
And she seemed sincere when she was like, no, I really tried to call you. You know, it wasn't like, yeah. So they get to Kenya. She's going to adopt like a 3 or 4 year old. And, you know, so they kind of talk about that. And then I'm trying to think of where Asanya, because like Sonya mentioned it again, that she felt like Kenya is a good friend on camera, but off camera, she's not really a good friend because she didn't call her. And I was just like, dang, she really took that to heart.
See, this is what I don't like about situations like that. How are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to know what the truth is? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't like comments like that.
I think her comment is just her opinion, and you're just speaking from a place of hurt, you know. And you probably are one of those friends that look how you do with your family. You probably micromanage your relationships with your friends too, and have like expectations you yourself don't meet with your friends.
That's
like,
true too.
People grown, like they can only do so much. Like homegirl, like all of them have their own businesses going on, and you are closer to whomever you're closer to. And some people aren't going to think of you in that way if you don't think of them in that way. Like,
yeah. And I also thought like she'd been hanging with Marlo, and you know Marlo is messy, and she also has high expectations of people, like how she wanted Candy to like fully fund and do the whole repass for her, you know. And she was like, I just expected more. So she could have been like feeding her like, Kenya, I expected more from her. You know, I don't know.
And you know what? Just a simple question from Marlo. Hey girl, did Kenya contact you? Did you know what I'm saying? Like I could see Marlo doing it.
And making it worse.
Right.
If she grieving, it does just appear worse. Like, nah, you could have. How you gonna tell another grown person what they could have did? You don't know what she was gonna do at the time, nor is she gonna sit on this national platform and like tell you why I didn't show up in all these ways. Girl, I ain't do enough. Okay.
Well, I'm
So was she looking for a moment right there?
I think she thought that she was going to have more conversation with Kenya, where Kenya is kind of saying she'll do better. But what I love me some Kenya more because she reminds me a lot about myself when I'm off people. When I'm off people, okay. And I don't think she's off Sonya, but I think Sandy, I don't think she's off Sandy. I just think Sandy put herself in a position where it's like you're all about them. And if you're all about them, then I'm going to treat you like you're all about them. And they're against me. And even with Sheree,
you're a coworker, and that's about it.
Yeah. If she doesn't do much with Sheree anymore either. You used to see her do stuff with Sheree. Have we seen her film with Sheree anywhere? Outside of like staged events?
Not that I can remember right off, actually.
Did she show up to Sheree's warehouse?
You talking about the warehouse, the baby, the sip and see?
The She by Sheree warehouse? Was that Kenya or was it somebody else?
But like you used to see her not mind
more
to be
often.
around.
Yeah, somebody did go visit her at the warehouse. I can't remember who it was.
Probably was her, but I'm saying you don't. It seems like she's off her too. Like she's the same way with Sheree. Like I'm off her.
Yeah, she chose Marlo, and because she chose Marlo, it's kind of like, nah, I ain't fooling with you because I don't know what you're gonna run back and tell.
Right. And Marlo is not the kind of friend because she cuts deep when she mad and when she got something to say, and when she eventually turn on you, yeah, it's almost
the way she says stuff to people. That's a friend I wouldn't want around. I couldn't tolerate that person in my circle. You can't cut me like you be cutting people and think we finna be cool again. No, we not. No, we not. We can't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Ralph eventually joins, and like Jermaine mentioned, it might have been before, but like this is the first time that I think none of the husbands other than him showed up, and that he's on the couch with all the ladies. So that was interesting because it was like,
Give him his peach. Give him his peach.
you're like, that's where I want to be in the first spot.
I agree.
I wanted to see him stand because I wanted to see that peach.
He sure got one. That he does.
Erica, your face. Erica, your face.
I didn't know that's where you was going with this. You old lusty, tawdry little heifer. Man, it's just a lusty, tawdry little heifer.
Oh my god. So he comes in. Him and Drew, Lord. So they say they do communicate. They're still in the same home. And Drew, I mean, at this point, she is booted like she ain't about to say nothing. And King was trying to encourage her, okay, at least try to talk to him or whatever. So he mentioned they're in mediation. So I guess there may be, I don't know. Usually mediation is when you're trying to work it out, right?
Yeah, there might be a step though before divorce.
Okay. So if they came or whatever.
Or something.
Yeah. So he said he came because he wanted his kids to see the right representation of his father. And Drew was like, she actually protected him for the cameras. And so they're going back and forth. He said he was faithful the whole marriage. And she said she been faithful. And he was like, what about Todd?
And then what she started doing? She unloaded the clip on his butt.
Yes. Like she let him have it. And I'm like, I don't even think I got all the stuff that she was saying. I know she was like, he chose other women over her. And he, met up with Mimi and they came up with this whole scheme that Todd set up to come with.
So I have a question. So Drew mentioned the fact that somebody sent him a message that he never responded to. Mm-hmm. So my question is, if the person that you're with receives a message like that and they don't respond, is that being unfaithful?
Would it show if you deleted those messages? Can you see it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't show.
But yeah, to me, if somebody sends you a message unprovoked and you don't respond, I don't consider that like cheating or stepping out or anything. It's like they're both in the limelight, so you can't stop people from sending.
But would it make you suspicious?
If it was Ralph, yes, absolutely.
I love you for that, Michelle. Thank you.
Because, like, your husband or whatever, or have an idea, but yeah, Ralph, I would be suspicious because
the same way Ralph tried to make it seem like he was completely in just going to a conference and hadn't talked to that lady about possibly auditioning, and they got facts that he did, and it was like, why did you try to make it seem like she was crazy?
Right.
Why did you have Courtney try to say she was completely lying when she doesn't know what she's talking about? Because I'm not gonna lie, I was like, now Drew, if he was really at this conference, you've been out here lying. Then you find out Candy would check herself, and he really did talk to them about auditioning, and he probably really did. But you ain't gonna tell that part though. You're gonna make it seem like Drew's lying. She's just a liar that makes shit up. Sound like you want to. I think they both lie.
They for sure. Yep. They both lying.
Yeah.
They both getting caught up in their stuff.
I think they're both just alike, and that's why they can't be together.
So why do y'all think? Remember, she was very protective of her assistant because they were like, the assistant was one telling everybody about her relationship with Ty, and she was like, no. And then even like her friends, people were like, yeah, that's who I heard it from. Both sides were saying like, he's the one who
went into instant denial because you've never heard some bullshit and your instant reaction was no, because you know them. And it turned out that it was true, and you was like, I really don't be knowing nobody, and I really need to watch myself. Because I've just been sitting, being familiar with this person, and there's no telling what I've said because I can't remember. I'll just be talking to them because I like them. And I thought they liked me.
Mm-hmm. The
It seems
assistant wanted camera time.
Right.
Everybody around them wants camera time.
Yeah,
And that's what's
Drew,
messed up about it.
her assistant picker is off. I mean, she had one that the Anthony, wasn't he her assistant at one time?
The
one
name
that
sounds
talked
familiar.
about her. What's his name? I think his name Anthony. And then of course this one was a totally different one.
Oh, that
And
shit
then the
on
one that sued them for $1,000, like that wasn't even like an assistant. But I'm like, where are y'all finding these people?
I think that Atlanta
Craigslist.
scams likely. The whole city is scam likely.
Okay. Maybe
So I've
And
just heard so many scams that have happened out there. So I'm just thinking maybe they just think people dress nice, look nice, come in and interview well, can do the thing that they're doing, and they're just not used to it. Like they might just be green people who can't tell.
So look, let me tell you something. If there's one thing that I would do, I'd be like, hey, look, Candy. Anytime that you hire someone and it's between these two people, the person that you hire, give me the person that you decided not to hire.
You hear me?
yeah. Because when I tell you, you ain't heard nothing on Candy from her inside circle.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you hear stuff on her, but it ain't from her inside. That's
Candy
what she had them. She definitely need to have them sign something.
No, seriously. Candy got money. She can't have people out here playing in her face and on her team and like, telling her business. She wants to get caught. That's what.
So Drew may need to hire Allison back because that's the only person
Or
she
that.
can trust at this point.
Or that.
Yeah. So.
Seriously, especially now that Ralph's gone, that's probably exactly what's gonna happen. Because you see how her sister be in there, like, let me through that bitch.
Right. What you say? So anyway, they asked, like, do you guys think you'll reconcile? Any hope for reconciliation? And they both, said that they love each other and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, they get into this altercation where he said Drew was acting because she's an actress and she was like crying and all this kind of stuff. And this was like after she was deflecting about that relationship that her assistant told everybody about. And she gets and goes off. And Allison, did you hear Allison was like, why don't you tell them about the PI? And she was like, no, I don't want, to do that. I'm like, girl, they bringing out all these facts and figures. The PI said, let me get my folder. Let me get my mail. Somebody dropped this off.
She probably figured after she get divorced and everything go in her favor, she gonna bust his ass open after the fact and really wear his ass out good. I would wait too, because I wouldn't want to be on camera wearing out the father of my children.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
And then how you keep yourself relevant after the divorce? Not wearing his ass out.
And look, I don't know who makes more money, but both of them probably worried about it.
Oh, about losing that shit?
Mm-hmm. Because if they get a divorce, one of them gonna get some money.
Yeah. And I don't know.
So you can't kill them. You can't hurt them too bad. Whoever it is, you can't hurt them too bad.
Drew gonna get some money.
Yeah, she said something about remember Courtney was like, so he could pay all the bills, and I'm just like, is he making that? I don't know. I just assumed Drew was bringing in the money, but I mean, he may be.
What was the last movie you saw in?
The Past. I started watching a little bit last night. It was late. I'm gonna try to watch it.
Was it good?
I didn't get very far. It was late, so I didn't get very far.
You fell asleep on it?
I did not fall asleep on it. I just cut it off and turned it off.
Michelle.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Erica?
That says a lot.
I fell asleep on it. I did.
Oh, shoot.
So it ended with Drew singing her song, Throw Us Away. Yeah, and she was singing directly to him, and it was kind of awkward because I was like, okay. I thought she was gonna sing that You Already Know again. I'm like, how many times we gotta hear this? But she had a new song, and I was just like, okay. I didn't get the words, but yeah.
Wasn't You Already Know a happy song?
Yeah, that one was happy.
Oh, I got to stick it to your ass on TV.
Okay.
What's on my vocal range, bitch? Are you serious? About to show all y'all. Like, kiss my butt.
Don't act like you can't. Yeah, it was interesting to say the least. I didn't get all the words, but that's how they ended. And
but you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was with someone in that particular situation and she's singing to me the way that she's singing to me, I don't know how I would react. I think he handled it so much better than I would have.
Mm-hmm. And I think he's trying to act right. Like it's hard for him, but he's trying.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Michelle. I'll interrupt.
No. Go ahead.
I said, Jermaine, stop holding this man. No, stop trying to.
I'm not. But at the same time, like she's really like she's dissing him. But at the same time, it's kind of like at the very least, I probably would have like stood up and walked out.
I think he is trying his best to be on his best behavior because you know how he does it for so long where he tries and then it's like I think if the reunion was any longer, he wouldn't have made it because it's only so long before he started being Ralph, and he made it where he could act civilized.
He tried to make it seem like that's not how he is, how he's captured on TV.
Yeah.
No, they sit there and they record a long time, and you ain't got the stamina to fake it. That's it.
Right. They can't use it if you ain't do it. So, yeah.
And the way it come off, it'd be like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, she's just your wife, but okay. Ralph.
Yeah. Like he don't even like her. Yeah. So
I won't lie, it comes across that way.
See?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
no. You got me. Okay, so it's one thing to lust behind someone, and then to see the error of their ways. I could do both. I could lust after someone and know they ain't shit.
Wait a minute, I forgot. I must have not typed this, but it was hilarious when they got the text. Oh, I think because we talked about it, I skipped over it. Remember when they got the text and Marla was like, "Is it a man or a woman?"
and then Sheree was like, "Ooh, girl."
And then when they said it's a girl, she was like,
"Would be,"
because everybody was thinking it. Everybody was thinking it.
The fact that it slipped out of her country simple mouth. I said this. He'd be out to offend people and then be real nice to him after. It'd be like, "Oh no, baby, we good. You just said you should have said that. We good. We good." I would be good on her if I was wrong. And she'd be texting, "Is it a man or a woman?" And that's when you get the text messages from a whole damn woman who think you sleeping with men.
But look, see, so okay. So Erica, you weren't here when we recorded. I basically told Michelle that I think that Ralph is a bitch.
You think he a bottom?
Oh yeah.
I think he a who?
A bottom?
No. With all that ass,
I was just going off of what you said. I'm playing off of what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
No, he just has bitch behavior. That's all.
I agree. I can't stand a sassy man. That shit aggravates me.
And that's a good word. He is sassy.
Yeah, it'd be like, "Look, we gonna listen. You're not gonna go back and forth the same way. You gonna alpha male me or we can't talk."
Yeah. So, but yeah, what do y'all give this season? I think it was okay. Definitely not one of the best. But
I would say 6.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 6.
6.5.
It had so many good elements.
Yeah.
But they just didn't put it together right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just think that they had all of the scenarios that could pop off bad or juicy, and the juice just wasn't juicy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But do you guys see Potomac had a fight?
No.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Michelle, you didn't see how one of those girls from Potomac put her paws on another girl from Potomac?
No.
I
gotta check. When does that start? When does Potomac start?
Child, I can't wait for
like
this
November, right?
Okay, I wasn't sure if it started in November or that it started at the same time as.
Baby, it's one of them new people, and guess who get dragged?
Not Candace. Who?
One of Candace's friends, who's a new housewife, was in between her, and guess who?
Who?
Is it Bert or Ernie?
Robin?
Bert. Y'all know. She call her Miss Muppet, like a Muppet.
Oh, they brought her back?
Yes.
She on the show.
Yes.
This girl right here.
She was so messy.
She might have got a couple licks on the ground, but I know she was getting mop. And I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. And the
I
whole
saw
time,
the video. I just didn't know. I didn't know who. I didn't know
You gotta
what
see
was
it
going on.
October 9th. It starts October 9th.
one of the new
Okay.
girls. She's like chocolate. She's short. And she owns businesses. I know her business went up after they saw how she whipped that ass. What was her name? Angela?
Ooh. I don't remember
You do.
the
It's
name.
old girls. It's what's her name's friend who divorced the white guy? Ashley's friend. Who kept trying to make it seem like Chris wanted her.
Oh, I mean, I don't remember her name. I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember her name.
Angela?
It may be. I literally don't remember her name.
Dolores. Girl, you know she wasn't important to me.
Right. That's how I was.
And then they fell on the ground. And she might have stuck and moved once or twice down there on the ground, but because of the trajectory of the fall. But ultimately, homegirl got her ass whooped around in a circle until they fell.
Throw that ass and stuff. Throw that ass.
Baby, she got that ass whooped. I said,
oh my gosh.
Y'all don't remember who I'm talking about? Light-skinned chick who kept saying,
No,
I know who you're
I
talking
know
about.
exactly who
I
you're
just
talking
don't know
about.
her
The one that
name.
she called a Muppet or something like that. Yeah.
Candace was on her behind.
Oh, it was Candace that was fighting.
No, Candace picked up a
No.
bottle and hit her with when her friend went in.
I gotta go back and watch it. Okay.
Oh, so who they kicked off the show then?
I don't think they kicked nobody off the show. That was some good tea right there. I don't think they're gonna either.
Ooh.
Which is unfair to Monique. Because if they don't kick this chick off the show, then they need to bring Monique back.
Or is it that, like, if you're a friend of, but if you're just like a, extra,
I think she was a new housewife. The girl who put the business on her.
Hold up, I think I'm.
Deborah.
Or was she going to be a
Deborah?
new housewife?
Deborah's her name.
Deborah. Or is she was going to be a new housewife, but because of the fight, they just kind of played it off like you're a friend.
That might be what happens. But let me tell you, Deborah got popped off.
Well, like I'm just watching it. Okay.
You watching it? Look it up. You see what I'm talking about now?
Yes.
Deborah got that ass handled.
I thought it was you who told me about it, Michelle. Or maybe it was you then, Erica.
I'm sure I showed you.
And I couldn't remember it because this was back from July. I thought it was recent. So I may have and just forgot about it. But yeah, her name.
She Molly whopped her around. If you see it, and then the fall was like, ooh,
and then they did a slow motion.
Because that's how you know who was winning. Because that little bit was handling her. I said, oh, no, you're not supposed to fight. Oh, Potomac.
You so
and then they was on the ground. And I was like, what they gonna say now?
Yeah.
They're gonna wait and see how they're gonna handle this after the ratings.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Because they want to take advantage of these ratings.
And what's the girl name? The light-skinned chick with the best friend who had the big conflict? Tall girl, married to the old man.
Mia.
Mia was all telling Deborah, like, you were in the right, you were defending yourself. She was crazy, she was tripping. But they say Deborah was throwing a drink on Candace. And Candace get in her face and was trying to get close enough to throw a drink on her. Whatever she did, it missed or spilled or something. And homegirl just got the whooping that ass. I said, she's shell shocked from the hood. You got to stop people around you. Everybody ain't raised the same. Didn't Monique teach you?
Okay.
Pull himself.
So clearly we're covering Potomac.
A couple of week hiatus, and then October 9th. We got to figure out dates.
Is that when it's coming? October?
Yes, come on, October 9th.
So we got about a month.
I'm knowing it's going to be a good season because when I saw that, I said, I'm going to sit and wait on this whole episode. Jesus.
Y'all, they got a lot of reality shows coming up because of this actor strike.
Yeah.
Because of it?
Yeah. They gotta fill the space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of space too because nobody's watching the old shows. Mm-hmm. And I miss them.
Well, y'all, thank y'all so very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Y'all have a great day.
Take care.